Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
Young penny for who baby say, if you are seeing her, will be ma, will be check. Why not HL? So we'll pay IT, won't they 1 year, so we'll pay support. Slam Technology say your #1 partner. Your office will US in ye, your office will Ghana, so ye, your numbers need good. So we should share IT classes, we share career coaching, we share support for business, cybersecurity, free, na your partner, your back here, Slam Technologies, transformation with excellence. Free is here, baby,
All right, we will for more about SBTV Africa, social live at SBTV Africa. We will be thank God it's Friday. Happy Eid Barak and come all Muslims, SBTV Africa fans, both old and new. We will be I hope say ne more chile. I you chile mbom. What I say? Ti ni susuna. Say a caution, you taking measures. Into other Friday, we will be live this time of the year. Let's say many lawyer wisdom wise man solicitors every Fridays be aba. But lawyer to quite a crime. Remember, about 2 weeks in and share that year program be but waba Obagana crown or frame by and she was a lawyer, so lawyer. It's here the update Ibrahim UK and some you can come on the Ebabedi. And then of course UK matters. Matter day. Yababedi in commercial link in the mountain you no be no who the Ecoso or Ghana or UK tie. Baby I will be an if a UK one tie or interested in future beko UK and now UK pona unim the Ecoso utie be share or so share or YouTuber SBTV Africa share or share or Facebook so bet me a share link in the wall so be sube hu na we information on be join here. I will question be person obi sa lawyer comment section or no bet me dia to and repair mu no be kan na we yi wa no. Enti ene me go straight na me no lawyer wisdom akao wise man solicitors abedi nkomo lawyer
DJ
lawyer boko there
Boko what is saying
me o ya pa o friend me last week say oh my brother, I dey Ghana. You go see me no, and I go see you one time so. And I'll tell you no. What's the no problem.
DJ, nami go but traffic no traffic Temamoto we want to see Ashaman Afienyan to Michelle Camp Charlie, it's bad, man.
There are so many ways to kill a cat.
I know.
There are so many ways. Cats in there. There was that every style. There are so many ways. Mate. Lawyer, what about their time no quarter that? Yanko straight. Yeah, baby, 2 weeks in the year because nowhere to coin. What about back there? You came run almost a day, then exercise almost a day. Uncrophone they said the piano, almost the BB bar. Into over to you almost a day, ain't it?
DJ, me that say, me a chair a tea for in sorry, sir. For the past 2 weeks, we've not been able to come online because now also Ebusia and funeral issues until we had to travel. So my apologies saying to me, Amma. But and then it's just like a warm-up. Just brief updates, and then next week or beyond, Yamea Duma will launch fully into action. So, and that is going to be pretty short, but I'm just going to give you some updates, and then your questions, be one or two questions, we can answer it and we go on. So, DJ, say UK, dear, there is always something to change, or there's always some change. Now, sir, Usha, normally, Ubia Weber Krum Hebia, and 99.9% of younger Yeba Krum Hano. Our intention is we will eventually settle. Now, that is Obi Ebai as a student, Ebi assign back to their home country, Ebi Eba as a spouse. In other words, our rear and or the buyer. One in the crown and at Snaha, and not only you in at Sna. The intention is set or settle eventually, or when you're citizen, no, it's not Kroma, and possibly no one the British citizenship. Obin so Ebaye as a visitor. Now, Wabetnam, the visa, the intention is set or Betnam, Copimta when you're indefinite, and then possibly a British citizenship. So, different options, different routes leading to settlement and eventually leading to citizenship. In fact, citizenship is the highest you can go. That is from a visit visa, or as a student, as a tourist, as a spouse, as a worker, skilled worker, or in any other category, as a charity worker. Eventually and ultimately, the objective is to settle. Now, who settle we are, and I know we indefinite we are, the next stage anybody would crave for, and it's or by a British citizen. So there are different ways and different means of coming to the UK, but the ultimate objective is to get settlement and citizenship. Now, a binamo eba with visa, you've applied to the British embassy or the entry clearance office in Ghana, Yamao visa, waba kromha, ebi baye, but yanko, and the visa na yedima yeno, the visa has expired. So such a person is categorized as an overstayer. It means ubaye with a visa, as a student, as a visitor, as a tourist, etc., etc. But your visa now with Yedima, it means you have become an overstayer. You have overstayed your visit. So that is the category Ayediru Etum. There is another category of Wonga Omubano. They don't have entry. There is no way they can prove how they came to the UK. Such a person is called an illegal immigrant, an illegal entrant into the UK. It is a one proof of how you entered the UK. Now, which category of people come or are classified as illegal entrants, or who entered illegally? One, so we are so way, ufa eposo ena ubaye, uko share ship bimu, ewo tema anata kradi, ena odi ube see baby, ena ube do ya, wosani pano, you came in illegally because when G visa ena udi buy, and now you didn't enter legally, you are classified as an illegal immigrant. And not different from an overstayer. Overstayer needs to say, with the visa and buy, but you overstayed your visa. Whereas, near only entry, near oyes to way a buyer, or no illegal because you entered it illegally, unlawfully. That is that person. Second category of people who come in illegally are boats, boats in airborne. Those are people who are classified as illegal entrants or illegal entry. They came in illegally. You don't have entry. There's no visa that was issued to you to enter the UK, so you are classified as an illegal entrant into the UK. Another category is Obia Orbano, your friend, Kojo Mensa. But overdo no, or your application in a different name. That name or the application, no, one discloses say Orbano or the Kojo Mensa and a buyer. All right? Orbano or the Kojo Mensa, so I didn't know the passport or the buyer, Kojo Mensa. Wabet na krom ha, ne visa lewu. Why application for fraud? Application na why or in the name of Harrison Ankra. Sir Harrison Ankra na why application in from Kojo Mensa to Harrison Ankra. One ka ewo Harrison Ankra application is to say, me bano me di edinga aye from Kojo Mensa and a buyer. And teachers what technically he has been detached from the name Kojo Mensa. So there is no evidence. HS said Harrison Ankra entered the UK with a visa. So a idea wo bano wodi Kojo Mensa ne baye. Wo change within Echo Harrison Ankra no. Wo kan wo application form ne so say me di Kojo Mensa ene baye. Nanso since Samabedu no, I am now called Harrison Ankra. In that case, your point of entry will be the date that Kojo Mensa entered. But because one can say you entered with Kojo Mensa and you adopted the name Harrison Ankra, you are deemed to be Harrison Ankra who entered the UK illegally and are only entry to the UK. You are classified as an illegal entrant into the UK, and now you enter the UK illegally. So that is how you will be classified as Obia. You came to the UK illegally. Even those that will buy legally, one woman who said, a dinga me di buy, and from this time I started using a different name because you did not disclose that on your previous applications. They are not able to connect, say you are the same person. You, such a person, you are classified as an illegal entrant. Another category, yenga, yeji Schengen visa. Ebia uji visa for Holland, and now for Germany, and now for Portugal, Spain, France, Italy. Uji visa, Schengen visa, edi koho. Ubedu hono, ena u brother, na owo, hono, or say omeba UK. At the time, na UK, ewa yi no na odiwa she car no na odiwa ba. Wono, wunni legal entrance to the UK. You had a valid visa to the Schengen visa, but not a valid visa to the UK. So you are classified as an illegal entrant, somebody who came in illegally. You came in illegally. You entered illegally. So you are also classified as such. And so whether you came to Germany, Holland, Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, wherever you came from, through a coach or through a van or through a bus, or you came with a ferry, as long as you did not get a visa to come to the UK, you are classified as entering illegally. So you will be put in the category of Omo American Wansam. Another one is people who came by train. But people be say, how can somebody come to the UK by train? And yes, see, me kasa me hu obia oba UK by train. In fact, or call France or the FIFA, Libya, and or call FIFA different places, one country to another, on and on and on, over pure France. And me nim say na oye or share train be and ten baby and over pay London. King's Cross, some years ago, I encountered this person. Such a person, he has no legal entry into the UK, or illegal immigrant to the UK. Now, all this category of people, senyame wadum nase eventually if you waba uba and waware And based on Wabano Manon, West Miabanya Assistant in the UK, in that case, you will eventually want to get your settlement. Now, when you get your settlement, you will eventually want to get your British citizenship. Now, previously, so onya indefinite leave to remain. It was the arguments that UKO Section 6, Schedule 1-2 of the British Nationality Act. So when you're indefinite, Uber for 1 year on top of the indefinite. Now Udia yet British citizenship. Then after some years, almost society Eddie Kai said, I'm going to be by friend the good character requirements. The good character requirement just said, yes, what
All right, for sorry, I'm sorry, lawyer Wisdom Akaho article. Share him so back if you ma messani na so minim de see I'm say what share live on SVTV Africa, mini lawyer Wisdom Akaho wise man solicitors, and I will share the live or the new updates in Yama UK and they bring live on SVTV Africa. So I'm trying to maybe say lawyer, what is happening? But you're working on 1 or 2, so back I'm messani na to subi na. Who question be a person who be sana obetimi ebisa no and no can all changes be on all changes be a see we but I'll say or the more details be bremo nyame adoma next week or the more details be bremo but or mama 121 to minimum the ekoso UK nti me train lawyer Wisdom Akaho wise man solicitors no who question be a person who be sana so obetimi ebisa no lawyer who call off
DJ.
lawyer who call
Yeah,
off.
I said, why wouldn't problem?
Okay. Mo amo hwɛ no or say munja ne frɛ. Em sa man for hand ne course. Ene or say ne laptop no weja. Weja laptop.
A PC, no, a creative problem. I'm doing it on the phone.
Okay, I into aso. What about
Right.
into aso?
Thank you. So as I was explaining, so when you're 2.5 years and ultimately when you're indefinite, you want to get your citizenship. The rule was that from Section 6 of the British Nationality Act, after when you're indefinite, 1 year after that, you should be eligible for British citizenship. And then they changed it to 10 years from when the person entered the UK or when you brought yourself to the attention of the Home Office. In other words, ubaye visa newu and I will entry mpo. What's the day why application no? That is when they know that you are in the UK. To the day why application no, a hono no wong say oh ampa kojo uwo krom ha. anakwesi ukroma but sa una musa na sa wanya application bia omonim sa wa ha and say your time does not start from all the dates for all the dates your time does not come because they don't know that you are in the UK. They only get to know that you are in the UK from when you made an application and subsequently from when you were granted the leave to remain. And see, Amrana Society, Eddie Quest said, Ubaha illegally, and now you overstay. The next time you made an application and you were given, that is when they now are West. And see, the good character requirement is that you should have been here for 10 years from when they granted you your leave to be here. Then that period, you can, after that, you get your indefinite, then you go for a British citizenship. And a chroma, a man and association, almost as a son, a biom say, society, so we obi, buy illegally. Wo sani pan only entry, the boat and a buyer, would so way and a buyer. You came with a different name and you never disclosed it. You came through the EU country with a Schengen visa and you never made them aware that you came to the UK. And maybe you came with a train or some other means by coach, etc., etc. Wo sani pan because only evidence of how you entered the UK. Ubetmenya indefinite leave to remain, but British citizenship needed, you would never be a British citizen. So they went on to say, a person applying for citizenship from the 10th of February 2025, a person applying for citizenship from 10th February 2025 who previously entered the UK illegally will normally be refused regardless of the time that has passed since the illegal entry took place. In other words, Wabakromha 40 years ago, when you're indefinite, you haven't got your British citizenship. It does not matter how long you enter the UK, you will never become a British citizen because of the changes now. They say you would never become a British citizen because of the changes now. You would never become a British citizen. And that is why we are saying that based on these changes, an illegal immigrant will never become a British citizen. However, just as these laws keep changing from 1 year after you're indefinite, from 1 year to 10 years, from 10 years back to 1 year, and then now never, it is still possible, sir. Even though in the near future, nobody can say with certainty whether it will change or not. So yes, so indefinite, carrying on with your indefinite. You can travel, you can work, you can set up business, you can do anything except that don't stay outside the UK for more than 2 years. In that case, you don't have a problem. You can still remain here without any difficulties and you will still be fine. And your British citizenship, and I almost say you cannot become a British citizen if you enter the UK illegally. Apart from that, you should still be able to keep your indefinite leave to remain. Now, how about young aye overstay? More are you overstayed? It is possible to be a British citizen, but they will normally look at it from 10 years ago. Have you been in the UK legally for 10 years? If that is the case, then there's a possibility to citizenship. But of course, they look at it in line with other things. Okay, only not overstaying the only offense our committee and now you have a driver's offense. You are driving without license. You are driving without insurance. Or do you have any sentence? Have you been sentenced for doing something? Do you have a community sentence? Do you have any other issues? Do you have unpaid bills? You've been taken to court, etc., etc. If there are other things in addition to the overstaying, then we'll sign a panel. Your likelihood of getting your citizenship is very slim. But if it is only the overstaying, then that may be disregarded if there is evidence of waiting for 10 years lawfully. And now you have children who are British citizens who have settled here, and there is no way you're going to go away with them or go leave this country with them. There's a possibility, so even though you what overstay, you can still get your citizenship. I know of situations they overstayed, but they had children who are British citizens who are settled in the UK, and because of that, even though overstayed, still the British citizenship Eddie Emma warm because they have children who are British citizens. Yes, they have the chance to get their citizenship, but if you have no children, then again it makes it more difficult for you to get your citizenship if you have overstayed and also you entered the UK illegally. As for illegal for any clear. Right now, you can say almost you will never become British. And for how long are we now? We are now 50 years, 40 years, grandfather. As long as we need record of how would you will not become a British citizen. But all evidence of how you came, but only that you overstayed, yours may be considered in light with other factors. And if the overstaying is the only thing, it may be minimized. But if there are other offenses in addition to that, then also you will fall in the category of who will never become British citizens. So all in all, DJ, that is what it is. As much as we can. Now onwards, it's difficult for anybody to come in illegally. You have to come in legally, and maybe if you decide to overstay, then you fall in the category of all who are overstayers. So if you are here, you haven't done your application, you overstayed, you came in illegally, you have indefinite, but you haven't done your citizenship, you may wish to do it. You may wish to do it, but it can be refused because you have no entry, especially if you have no entry. If you have entry, that can be considered, but they will look at 10 years before they will make any decision in your favor or otherwise. So that is for your information. DJ, I'll add one more thing, then we can take some questions if there are any at all. About the consultation paper now, the Home Office is thinking of changing the right to, in other words, end settlement from 5 years to 10 years or 9 years, from 5 to 9 to 10 to 15 and even to 20 for different people. 5 years from Omawari British citizens. And now EU nationals are not affected. As for the EU nationals and their family members, they are not affected. But if you are married to a British citizen, the 5 years, nothing has touched it. But those who are here as parents, based on your child, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, or as a partner of somebody who is not a British citizen, then that you may fall within the 10 years. They want to change it from 5 British citizens, no problem. Other people to 10 years, especially skilled workers to 15 years, and possibly to 20 years. 20 years for younger age benefits. Your benefit now age for more than 1 year. They want to put you on 20 years and son wait to me and you indefinite. And now once you benefit for less than 1 year, you to 15 years so and son will indefinite leave to remain. Now there are other categories I'm going to buy based on they want to assess. It's called end settlement. You have to earn it, and you're automatic. So wait now for a certain number of years, so you get your citizenship automatically. You have to earn it, show that you have earned it. And they are going to make. They have made the proposals on assessing contribution. Now the House of Commons has assessed this, and they have given a report. On the report, they've made a lot of recommendations and they've got a lot of conclusions and a lot of recommendations to the government as to near SSA Omoye. And with regards to mandatory minimum income, almost the government has proposed requiring all immigrants to earn at least £12,570. The government per se, before ubanya indefinite, you must be earning at least £12,570 a year in order to be able to settle permanently in the UK. It means that o krom ha sika unya and drew £12,570, you may be here for very long, but you may not be able to get your indefinite leave to remain. Now, the government, this is the mandatory income. It says this will apply more widely than just to immigrants, etc., etc. Now, this is the recommendation of the House of Commons. Almost say there should be reasonable and clear exceptions to the mandatory minimum economic contribution requirement. There should be a reasonable and clear exceptions to the mandatory minimum economic contribution requirements. Why are they saying this? Almost say you cannot use the same stick to measure everybody. So the House of Commons say the government should set clear rules or clear demarcation, clear guidance. Say there should be exceptions so that people are not exempted from settling because they are not able to work. Now, so be disabled. Are you saying that person should never settle in the UK because they are disabled? The House of Commons is recommending to the government they should set clear exceptions to this rule. Or are you saying people who are over the pension age who cannot earn this amount, they should never be settled and indefinite leave because the person is above the pension age, or no, Sikana is below that 12,570. Settled so the government should consider that. And people who are over the over pension age or full-time students, are you saying someone who is a full-time student and is not earning the 12,570, they should never get indefinite? No. Or are you saying that obia oye maame or shaniba ne ma a omo disabled and omo disability maame no ehwe ne ma no, are you saying that because maame no ehwe ne ma omo disability and they have never been able to work because they are caring for their child, is the government saying such a person should never be settled in the UK? So the House of Commons is setting out some recommendations to the government. Say, please take note of these things if you are making these changes so that people will not be disadvantaged. Because there is no way that 12,570 requirement. They will not be able to meet it. But the rules should not be in such a way that it will affect these people from qualifying in the for qualifying for settlements in the UK. So that is a recommendation by the House of Commons, by Parliament to the government. There is also another one: income-related reductions. The House of the Parliament is making recommendations. We recommend that the Home Office sets out clear objectives for the basis on which fiscal contributions qualify migrants for a reduction to their wait for settlement. Also, government they carry say earning a certain amount, maybe 50,000 plus, you will get a reduction in the number of years. Instead of 10 years, you may get a reduction of maybe 1 year or so. Or people who are earning £125,000 will get a reduction in a number of years. Parliament is telling them they should set clear objectives for the basis on which the fiscal contribution qualify immigrants for reduction to their wait for settlement in the UK. And they should seek advice from the Migration Advisory Committee to advise them on appropriate thresholds, rather than just saying that the 12,570 or any other threshold. That MAC should advise the Home Office as to what threshold they should set. Another very important recommendation Parliament, AMR government is that you should look at the household income rather than the individual income. Again, who care about settlement based on earnings and income? Look, household income, not the individual's income. Why? Assuming say Mami Eddie Emofrey Abba and Papa Awari Eddie Naba, the UK. Oma Bewu Emma. Abofrano, and Emofrano, a binti, because of Kent, Mamine Entimi Yejuma, no waji to 18,000 and waji 12,570 pounds. Papa Ninkwana age Mamine Esha Mofrano is the government saying, sir, because Mameno Esha Mofrano to make the man free to work, the woman should never get indefinite leave to remain? No. So the Parliament is recommending to the Home Office that look at the earning of the household. Share papanisika onya, share maminisika onya, fanning na boom, and then you can say household no enya this amount. In that case, they can all settle in the UK. Men yi papanin kwani dear, men yi maminin kwani dear, but you can look at it as a household contribution to determine who will qualify for settlement. So that is also what it is. So Usha, very intelligent recommendations by the House of Commons to the Secretary of State that they should consider this sense before you make a decision. Say, oh no, you are qualified for indefinite, and oh no, you are not qualified for indefinite. Workers. It appears that the main purpose for putting minimum skilled workers on a 15-year route to settlement is fiscal, because medium skilled workers are on average or lower earners. It is odd and unnecessary to use the skilled levels as a proxy for income when making decisions about settlement, rather than assessing income directly. So this is the recommendation the Parliament is making to the Home Office. If the Home Office proceeds with putting lower paid workers on a 15-year route to settlement, it should do so on the basis of income and not on the RQF qualifications of their role, as this will not necessarily reflect their direct contribution to the economy. So look at how much they earn, their income individually. So in some cases, the individual contribution as a worker rather than as a household. In some cases, look at it as a household so that nobody will be disadvantaged. Now, paying workers, etc., etc. Health and social care, potential impact of changes, conclusion, etc., etc. Now, DJ Usha, a lot of things have been suggested by the by Parliament to the Home Office to consider before they make a decision with regards to who would get indefinite and who should not get indefinite. We are waiting to see what the outcome of the recommendations will be. We are waiting to see what the outcome of the consultation that has taken place will be. We are waiting to see if the Home Office will carry out what they intend to do by disregarding what Parliament is suggesting, or they will take into account what Parliament is suggesting before they determine who gets indefinite and who does not get indefinite in this country. So all in all, that is what it is. Now, this is what they say with regards to penalties for accessing public funds. Most migrants can only access benefit in rare circumstances, that is Omamuji benefit, and must be granted permission to do so by the Home Office. We are concerned that penalizing people in difficult circumstances who urgently need support will deepen poverty and increase pressures on the local authorities. It would be deeply unfair to apply the penalty to people who have already been granted access to public funds and who would not have known that this could extend their route to settlement. Doing so would also make implementation more practically difficult. Near Parliament can say, before Obibaji benefit ewo krom hano, wo government na wo assess it, Home Office one away assessment. na wo am permission say wasitena mu enye enti wo no di benefit.
Right, Uche, lawyer Wisdom Macau live on SBTV Africa. I feel say, and then only small problem into using the phones. I'm on for disturbing the calls near the end. I think say, no, one of the reasons I will man or call off now. I will say by next week, the obey you so the machine, send a bear, yes, I breaks way ember. Into Uche, mini lawyer Wisdom Macau, wise man solicitors. Lawyer, yet I say, I mean, send go for referral, I'm more distracted. What's I mean, guy?
Yes.
I'm distracted. Any day,
Between
normal. Chiaso, lawyer, chiaso. But I'm on for say,
yo,
I am
me
a
that's
local brofuna dos into my local base in Kakrawai.
oh, yo, me change way no. Yo, and the government is parliament so just see my government say before obi beji benefit e wo krom ha no. E one na woman permission. E one na woman assessment. E one na we assessment so papa we and mama we was sitting na mo enye ehia se ye beboa wo. Adan na sese a wo de as benefit na man no. Wo sa fa echi eko punish no. Say we no because we the benefit amount it na krom ha for 20 years. Ansana mama indefinite. Almost enye fair. Enye fair kra se ubeye sa. Omo a omo wo so di down no ma omo nkoso 10 years time na obenya indefinite 10 years no manenya indefinite. Now so omo baba after emra na sesa no omo de obetimi de omo to 15 so obetimi de omo to 20 so ene de omo nim se emra na sesa ansa na omo kwakoje benefit no ba yenga na ye wa city down one kasa na we assessment one kasa na we kan ye se ya sit na mu nye ye didi mu nye ebi a ye da na nye eno nti na wo boa ye no mensa emfa ye chi entwe ya so say benefit na ye agency o my indefinite until 15 or 20 years. I don't know government parliament say we any say any one yadi and fair. So they recommend that the Home Office does not apply any penalties. Home Office should not apply any penalties for accessing public funds on the basis of benefit claims that preceded government's new policy. Yanga what policy yanga benefit and sana policy new one they should not punish them. They should still be able to go on with the indefinite leave after 10 years. And Maumu 15 years and Maumu 20 years. Because Omono, they are already under the rules before the new changes are coming. So they should not be penalized. We recommend that the Home Office does not apply any penalties for accessing public funds on the basis of benefit claims that preceded. That is, people who started taking before the new policy. There should be discretion for reasonable and fair exemptions to this penalty, where applicant can show that they have only accessed public funds due to particularly challenging circumstances. So, but me actually say, was it no munye, niama enye, diani krabanya edino, and none na uji benefit, so sanity and so government no, so somebody 15 years, and not 20 years, ever can't was it no, and not 10 years, ever can't, and not 5 years, ever can't was it no. So government says, the parliament says the government shouldn't do that. And then 10-year family or private life. The current 10-year family or private life pathway is challenging route to settlement for families who are on it. The route is expensive, very expensive, and it is easy for people who are trying to, and it is easy for people who are trying to comply with these rules to fall off the route. The 10-year route can cause genuine hardship for children affected by it. The changes set out in the end settlement consultation could lead to some people in the UK on the current route being in the UK for 30 years to settlement. A 30-year route is too long, and the cost of the route would mean that in practice many people would never achieve settlement. Parliament wɔ nyansa paa. Parliament, UK Parliament, ɔmo wɔ nyansa paa. Nea ɔmo ka ne sɛ, Younger, you what 10-year route in the study down. One, I will come from beginning, say, after 10 years, who government way, who now come from beginning, say, and that government that down was the government, they can say, after 10 years, Ubenya indefinite leave to remain. It is expensive. Ubenya application, you have to pay home office fee of Enamika, say £1,321. Now what your IHS of £2,587 and 50p. What in the near Nuboma £3,908 and 50p, almost £4,000. Uber just has to pay maybe twice or 3 times. It is very expensive and it is very long. So also all the 30 years and not 20 years. Parliament say it's too long, and some people may never ever be able to get indefinite because it is expensive and it is very easy for people to follow the rule because application. I don't think it is not fair. So their recommendation is that people who are under the current system will be on the 10-year family route, private life route to settlement, be given a route under the new rules that is reasonable and achievable. People should not be placed on 30-year route to settlement to reduce the financial pressure associated with the repeat applications and the risk of people losing status. The Home Office should increase the duration of leave to remain on the family or private life route from 2.5 years to 5 years and set visa fees for people granted leave on the basis of their family private life at no higher than the cost of administration. Yeah, Parliament and Home Office said, on more 10-year route, they should remain on the 10-year route. And now, Tiffy 10 years craft about 5 years. And also, you should set the application fee at an amount of administrative fee on. Don't make profit on the people. It looks like they are making profits on applicants. How much is the administrative fee? But Usha, you pay a home office fee of 1,321. You pay the IHS of 2,587.50. Within the Nuboma is a total of £3,908. Parliament is recommending that the fee should be set at a level where it will cover only administrative costs and not to make profits on immigrants. So Usha, very intelligent, very well thought through recommendations by Parliament to the Home Office. DJ, we are waiting to see if Parliament will consider, if the government, not Parliament, if the government will consider these recommendations for people who are in the UK, who are on the 10-year route, to 30-year route, and not 20-year route. We are waiting. Yeah, Jidi said, government, no, I bet you was superb, not what the.
All right, many lawyer wisdom account na motion no question bi obese obisa na obetimi dey atudwa oba bi ma me dey mama the questions will answer more questions na ma ntu question bi obese obisa na comment section no o type o ha me dey beto screen so na we yi wa no o share live yen share dan che yen share dan che yami aduma from next week na or the more details every bramo mo share live on SBTV Africa so many lawyer wisdom aka wise man solicitor. So more question be ambese mo bisa no betimi ebisa no. Just type or comment section no. Okay na mama we yiwa no. Share link no so ma unu ebi na no so nhwe bi nti. So lawyer here ready there yam kona yam go take final part no take more questions in here there. Lawyer wa babaka. Lawyer wa babaka. Ya no for ne how on.
Okay, inquire.
What's a minka? What's a minka?
DJ.
Okay, lawyer call. What's a minka? I'm so to minka. What's a minka? What's a minka? Okay, over to you. Over to you. There, over to you. Go on. Go on. Go on. Over to you. Go on. You go on. Go on.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Just all logging out, so logging in. You log out and log in. Log out and log in. Log out and log in. That's not what I mean. It's lawyer facing challenges near there because and I'm fan chair because okay, say the laptop then the phone no use no. I'm a man for friend do. And na breaky kasa no near there. I mean, hope say Nyami Aduma be next week, you know. Oba need the some problems we in face. Actually, I think say me need to start here with first time our faces problem. Lawyer, what you mean, God? What you mean, God? Lawyer, what you mean, God? You so log it out, now log it in, Bium. Log out, and log. That won't mean Kadia. Log it out and log it in, Bium. I think say never ma as problem now solve it. So wise man solicitors, many lawyer wisdom account say questions say by no should that also be answer questions say by no me say should that also but they are available be no lawyer what mean ka
Paper Joe, young person with the questions, why?
and questions to should that also about the enko unfortunately say and the yeah me minimum go for no disturb you tell me why on and off okay yankwe
DJ, I can't see the questions. Is okay. It's all right. I say, evening. Please, can legal action against Home Office be because the contract I have with them is 5 years route? Please advise me. Well, Mr. Samuel Esiama, you have a very legitimate point because the contract you have with the Home Office is 5 years, and then after the 5 years, you go for your indefinite leave to remain. And it's almost changes back. So you have to be in the UK for 10 years or 15 years. That is a breach of their contracts. Clearly, they haven't implemented the changes yet. They haven't come out with any changes yet. So let's wait until they make any changes. Of course, based on their Parliament Akano, I believe strongly that they would reconsider and make the changes in accordance with the recommendation of Parliament. So yes, if at the end of the day they still don't, then yes, I mean you have a fair ground. It can be fresh fields to bring an action against them. As to whether or not to go far is worth exploring, and we are yet to see. But let's wait until the Home Office makes any changes. If it is not favorable, then we can talk about that. Nana K. Chum, can someone who came with a visit visa but married with a British citizen can be a British citizen without a child? Well, if you came with a visit visa and you marry a British citizen, the rule is if you are coming under Appendix V, which is visit visa, you are not supposed to give notice for marriage. Okay? If you came or if you are entering with visit visa, if you go to Appendix V, go to Google and enter Appendix V, V for Victor, and a V for visit. If you enter with Appendix V, you are not to give notice to marry. But and you give notice for marriage, that means that you have overstayed. By itself, the marriage in itself will not automatically give you leave to be here. But abofra wo mu a wobetumi afa wo ba ne so ana waba no ma ne so na wo de anyase na ekroma. If there is no child, you will be asked to go back home, apply, and return. If there is no child, to say you without a child, if there is no child or a step child, you will be asked to go back home before you apply to come back, or unless maybe there is an insurmountable obstacle. And then you have an insurmountable obstacle. If you based on a no application based on that. But until that, if there's no child, EX1, and there's no insurmountable obstacle, EX2, and it as a so-called application, no one sign back under Appendix FM section EC-C -P. I'm sorry.
Okay, lawyer, I feel say questions by and then no mama we na share and share and also sabat so the mama.
I'll say good evening, DJ and lawyer. A friend of mine did his application dependent on his British child. It's been a year, 3 months, no response. Thank you. Yes, it's taken over a year. So Uko Home Office processing time, an application decision timer. Uko horses here. Just go on to, if you have access to the internet on your phone or on your laptop or your desktop, just go online, go to Google and enter Home Office decision-making times. Home Office decision-making times. And you will see that so your application based on your child or as a parent, you would have to wait for 12 months. And Usha, 12 months now, much on the asterisk be at their two asterisk no uber down and I'm explaining what the asterisk means. It means that there is no standard service time, which means that application can take longer than 12 months. Even though you see 12 months, no, it can take longer than 12 months. So it can take 13 months, 14 months, 15 months, 16 months. But you can still write to the Home Office, maybe some say you want an update on the application since it's been outstanding for more than a year. Write to them or call them and ask for an update. It is possible that Omema will update to how far the application is progressing. So yes, you can do that.
Okay, lawyer, I think so far no.
DJ.
Lawyer, you sign out, let's close. And next week, sign out.
Next week.
Because
all right.
Don't tell me another I Lawyer, office location, your office location, let's sign out. Your office location and your phone number, and office location. Let's close. Your phone number. Your phone number.
Okay. So if I say Yami Aduma next week, Mejidi said the technical issues will be resolved and then we can have a proper discussion. We'll have a proper discussion. Next week, Yami Aduma, I want to look at DNA. The problems are, DJ, here facing with DNA. DNA, is it compulsory? If you decide not to provide DNA, can they refuse your application? And if they refuse your application, what can you do? So, Okoye DNA no na amfa, what should you do? So, Okoye DNA, abufra washano, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years. Okoye DNA na amfa, a DNA ubeye. As a sub utu application is to ana ubejaisa application. Problems are DNA at the eba. Issues are air creative. We want to look into that and see how best that can be resolved. Hey, wise man solicitors, I'm sorry today we've not had the best of us, the smoothest of discussions because of technical issues. Yami Adumwa next week. Hey, wise man solicitors, wisdom. Telephone number to the office is 0208 0165 384 0208 0165 384 0208 0165 384. The mobile number is 07931 411 042 07931 411 042. Again, 07931 411 042. Office number again is 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. Yeah, office or Dawson Junction, close to the Dawson Market, behind the McDonald's. The address is 18 to 22 Ashburn Street, 8 to 9 the Print House, 18 to 22 Ashburn Street, 8 to 9 the Print House, E83DL, E83DL. Se nyame adom next week you be say share. DJ nyame adom next week you be kasa about DNA, the problems I face. What shall 17 years, 16 years, 15 years. What could try DNA? DNA said, no way, the child is not your child. And your first child input, middle child, no, middle one, no. First one year over, second one year over, third one year over, fourth one year over, a DNA over here. Is it compulsory to provide DNA? DJ, the problems that we are facing when the DNA results come is terrible. So sometimes Ubia Shabu Franis 18, not 18, 17, because under 18 they wait me the number 17, 16, okay, DNA. DJ, the DNA result is inconsistent. Not just Abu Frano and yet Uba. Now Uba anything. Uba to us why application na Uba the application no. Will you tell the child? Will you tell the mother? What are you going to do? How are you going to resolve these family issues? Should they automatically refuse you if the DNA is not successful, it's not positive? What should you do? The problems DNA is creating. Next week, say to me, bah, DJ, it's a hell, it's a problem. Some people want to kill their mothers. Some people want to kill their wives because DNA result is not showing that or not any Abufani Papa. The second child, the middle child. First one is here, we can understand. If you are not on your science and all we understand. But the second, the third, the fourth one, no, are not in the middle. What can you do? And also, can DNA also be wrong? Can the report be wrong? DJ, I know the major question you give me the answer. Can the DNA be wrong? And if it is wrong, you think it is wrong, what should you do? God willing, next week we will look at that. DJ, give me the answer. Can DNA be wrong?
Okay. Lawyer, yeah, that's it. Lawyer Wisdom Akaona Mutie no wise man solicitors every Fridays be a minute or say, and yeah, they are big Mutie the Okana info the by Yamia Duma next week Friday, be share say, and I said in Comonti, follow you in Senabe about live or beyond notifications, or share on Facebook, or share on YouTube. I know I subscribe to your channel, no follow you. You don't lawyer Akasa Crown, your team never receive video be Mungoti, our YouTube channel. Sad one pa mommy be. Yeah, mommy be a ne brother. Or so me I didn't know. Ne brother no this is the 3 years. Or no kofa kwanso school Morocco. Or so across school Spain. 63 years. Then is sad. You release a video, no more share on YouTube, no call a page and I'll be home. A fresh video as any lawyer Casacran release here, which me share. Sad. Also on sending the $3,500 for the crossing you. The brother no, with this 63 years. So you won't pass water top. 63 years. Madam say FM DJ, I'm following on YouTube. There will be more story with you and there, but there also. Shamo Kroma. Then I'll be can say two. No matter to anti interview say Masani me visa course aba. Hey, me visa course is for every also then ko YouTube channel be hu or with first video that ho. And I any woman na ne brother so Morocco person cross coast be go tie. Then see sad one. Two.
Hi there. My name is Calibos. The only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of TapTapSend. People, TapTapSend is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download TapTapSend on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on TapTapSend.
TapTapSend. Send more, spend less.